Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tonya, and if you're returning, well today I've got two vintage farmhouse wall art pieces that I think you will enjoy. I use mostly Dollar Tree items for these DIYs. Let's go ahead and start with our first one. Okay everyone, for this design, I used 3 of those chalkboard signs from the Dollar Tree Plus section. And I removed all of the hardware off of these, and I even removed that little wood lip that it had for your chalk to lay on and sanded them down really well. And then I took some of the wood glue and a couple of the craft sticks and just glued the back together, and that held it really well. I didn't have any problem. I may add a couple more supports on this just to make sure, but it was pretty solid. And you can see there, I spray painted it with that flat white. And now I'm just gonna take a layer of the sheepskin chalk paint and just brush all over here really thick. And then that way I've got a base when I start building up my other colors. Now these are some molds that I had picked up online. I'll have to leave the link to those in the description below. I can't remember where I got those, but I'll leave it down there for you. And now this is some air dry clay that I think I just picked this up maybe at Michael's or Walmart. I've had it a couple of years. And I just started working my clay down in there. This is the first time I've used these, everyone, so I wasn't real sure. So it was like trial and error to learn. I did remember to put my cornstarch in there. And I got these out pretty good. And then when I made my second batch, I decided that I would use a rolling pin to roll the clay down in there. And that worked really well for me. And then I picked up a little pair of cuticle scissors to cut around the edges. And that worked on some of the ones that I made that I didn't film for this today. And I like this little palette tool. It really helps push the edges in. Now I'm just going to decide where I want to place these, and I just wanted to make some little accents to go around the middle and the sides, because I'm only going to put one coat hook on the middle of mine, and I'm actually probably going to use this more in the bathroom just to hang a towel off of, and that's why I'm going to be pulling in of some of the colors that I do on this particular one. But everyone, this one is mostly for inspiration, and you can see now the way I got it glued together and just adding these little molds to this, that it really is going to make a really pretty wall decor piece. And there's so many different things that you could do with this one. You could add knobs to the bottom, cup hooks, different types of hangers. You could even put the little boxes and have the florals. But definitely a fun one that I enjoyed. Now I'm going to be taking this sandy color. It's kind of like a gray color. Like I said, I'll leave it below. And I'm just going to start building up all my layers on here. And I did a lot of the patting and tapping on this one just to try to get it down into the creases. And then I just took my brush and just dragged through that white matte paint just to have it have that really aged kind of farmhouse feel. And then I took some of my scrapbooking paper. This is not the one I originally wanted to use. I didn't have enough of the other one, but I ended up making this one work. Now I'm going to take some of that smoked glaze and I'm just going to rub that over my molds and just darken them up and start really bringing in that vintage feel to this design. And I really love how this turned out. The next morning when it dried, it really like settled and it really had a really pretty vintage look. So I definitely would like to make something else with these chalkboards. I mean, I think you could just do so many different types of designs with these. Now I'm just taking my white wax and rubbing over top of that paper, and the reason why I'm doing that is I want to put a light wash of that basil green on here. And like I said, it looks pretty just like it is, but I was going to add a little bit of that for my decor. And then I took that glam gold and went over the coat hook, and here I am just doing a quick wash. But everyone, I thought this turned out so pretty, and I hope this one inspires you to create your own type of design like this. Now, I would like to go ahead and mention I have new DIYs every Tuesday and Saturday, and at least a couple thrift hauls each month, and a couple of the thrift store makeovers. And I'll also have a Dollar Tree haul once in a while. Now, for this DIY, it's another wall art piece. I picked this sign up in the plus section. It had a little bunny on it that I took off and saved, and I sanded it a little. And then I'm just going to add some more of the sheepskin paint on here and some more of that basil green right on top of there while it's still wet. I really wanted to pull that color in. And this is kind of like a sandy, muddy color. I think it's called Earth. Like I said, I'll leave this one in the description below for you. And I wanted to just drag all those through while it was still wet, and it made a really pretty wash over top of that. Now, I wanted to do something different with these little wood flowers. I'm just making these little accent pieces along the top, and I'm going to glue them on with that clear tacky glue. And I guess I kind of got the idea for this with the clay molds that we just did on the first design, and I thought it would be fun to see if I could build these up and then just put a couple layers of paint on them and then kind of mimic a little mold that you could make out of clay. And I think it turned out really pretty. You'll have to let me know what you think of this one. And I just thought it was something really different to do with these little wood flowers, because Dollar Tree has really been getting in a lot of these different little tiny wood pieces. So this was a really fun one. And everyone, you could leave this like this and just put a really pretty saying on this sign. But if you're in there and you see these make great signs to have that we can DIY all throughout the year. They're very well made, and they're a lot heavier than the other signs, and they were only $3. Now I'm going to take that smoky glaze and just dab that on top of my flowers and just start pulling everything in together. And you can see it just starts making it look like it's this cute little accent piece. So this was definitely a keeper for me. I really like this. And I decided just to pull some of the paint through here and the stain and just give it that real aged kind of vintage look. And then I'm going to take one of the wire baskets that they finally brought back at our Dollar Tree, and I spray painted mine white when I spray painted the chalkboards early on. And I'm just going to put some zip ties in here where I drilled a couple holes in my board with just a regular small bit, and have that hang off the bottom there. And I'm not going to glue any of my greenery down. I just wanted to make a little bed of greenery to lay in the bottom, because I think this is the perfect design that you could just keep up all year long and just switch it out for different types of seasons with different types of decor. So that was really fun. And pop those little flowers and hearts in there, and everyone, here it is hanging on the wall after everything's dried and settled. And I just love my little accent pieces. You'll have to let me know what you think of these today. Well, everyone, I hope that you enjoyed these today, and if so, I hope you give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider doing so. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family, and thank you if you are subscribed. Well, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you on the next one.